Statesville and at Shepherd. So you may see a lot of different faces on here because we may have some of our Shepherd Boys and Girls Club members on here and some of our Gordon Boys and Girls Club members from Statesville. So today in STEM, I want to talk to you guys about the ecosystem. So this is going to be my ecosystem scavenger hunt. So we have a few definitions that we're going to learn today, and we're going to go over in the course of our STEM. The more activities we do, they're all going to be involving bugs and nature and life for right now. So these are a few of the definitions that we're going to learn. So I have another slide where you guys can actually see these. And if you have a pen or a pencil and a notebook, so I want you guys to keep a science journal. This is my science journal. It's really sparkly. So I can write down more information inside of there. So I can keep up with definitions. I can also make sure that I'm drawing pictures of my insects that I'm researching and I'm finding. So if you guys got on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel last week, we were bugging out doing a insect investigation. So you guys can go check out those videos as well on our YouTube and Facebook pages if you missed that information from last week. So just make sure you guys keep you a science journal so you can document and write down your information that you're learning in STEM. All right, we're going to go to our next slide. All right, so we're going to be applying STEM to real life. So exposure to science, technology, engineering, math. So those are the acronyms, the words for STEM. So we're going to be doing science, technology, engineering, and math. So remember that, guys. That's what STEM stands for. All right, so our definitions, you guys can take a little bit of time and write these definitions down if you have your notebook and your pencils. So a consumer in the food chain are living creatures that eat organisms from a different population. So consumers could be animals, consumers could be humans. We consume different things from the population and the environment. And then our next definition is producers. So producers are organisms that produce their own foods, like plants and algae. They are producers. And then we have abiotic factors. Although not often included in our food web, abiotic factors are non-living aspects of the ecosystem, like our water, our sunlight, and different temperatures. So you guys take a little bit of time and write those down. I'll give you a few seconds. And we'll have this posted on the Facebook. If you guys missed it, I'll have it posted where you guys can see it again to get the information. All right, our next slide. All right, so I have a picture of a dog here eating dog food. So a consumer eating food is what this picture is showing. So once again, I said humans and animals are considered consumers. So this right here is, remember when we were talking about abiotic parts of the ecosystem? So a bird interacting with an abiotic part of the ecosystem. So it's just standing on the gravel outside. A hosta plant, so a plant that needs shade to thrive. So this would be an abiotic part of the ecosystem because it's using the shade. It doesn't need a lot of sunlight. If it does, it'll start to shrivel up and burn. So it needs a lot of shaded area to thrive and survive. Okay, so here's another consumer using the abiotic component of its ecosystem. So it's using the stones outside. This is actually my front yard. So the stones outside, the consumer is in between there using it for shelter. A producer interacting with an abiotic part of the ecosystem. So this grass here is actually growing up through the gravel. So the abiotic part of the ecosystem would be the gravel outside. All right, so here's another picture. So an insect interacting with an abiotic part of the ecosystem would be this wood here. And then here's another one where there's rocks and there's a plant here. So the consumer is interacting with the dirt and rocks. And then here's another picture, a consumer interacting with a producer. So the consumer would be this bird here. This tree is considered a producer. So this right here is actually a pine tree. So on there are pine cones on this tree. And here we have a bee. So this is an insect interacting with a producer, which is this plant. All right, and here's another consumer. So we had a green eggs and ham for our literacy day. So this is a human interacting with. Okay, so that is the end of our PowerPoint. So can they unmute themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you guys to, I'm trying to see if I can get back to my other screen. I don't think I can, it's fine. So I want you guys to tell me some things with those definitions that you just learned: consumer, producer, abiotic factors. So tell me some things that you guys see in your surroundings that could be a consumer. So we know that what are considered consumers?
Some consumers.
So you guys remember what a consumer is? It would be a human or an animal.
Me.
Yep, you would be a consumer. I would be considered a consumer. So tell me, do you remember what a producer is?
Yes.
What's a producer?
A tree.
A tree,
Or,
yes. A tree is considered a producer. Soraya, you want to chime in?
Yeah.
Do you remember one thing that can be considered an abiotic factor? So that would be things like water, sunlight, the temperature outside, the gravel, rocks, dirt. Those different things would be abiotic factors. So being a consumer, this all involves the food chain. So you may know that, so what are some things that we eat? Just tell me some things you like to eat.
Pizza.
Pizza, okay. I like peaches. What else?
Plums.
Plums, okay. I like chicken.
Fries.
Yeah. You said fries?
Yes.
Okay. So all those things that we eat, that we consume, that we take in, it all is part of our life cycle. And we also need those abiotic factors as well, like sunlight, the water, and different temperatures. So that's the way that different plants and things grow. And it just keeps cycling around. So we eat, and then so people plant vegetables and fruit, we consume those. Even the meat that we eat is produced from different animals. So it's a whole life cycle. So like chicken and pizza, plums and peaches, carrots, tomatoes, all those things. It's part of our life cycle. It's how we thrive, it's how we live, it's how we survive. So I wanted you guys to see how you could apply STEM to your everyday life. So we need those different things. So I want you guys to continue with our experiment that we did last week. If you didn't get to see it, you guys can go to the Facebook page, and I'll try to upload it again with some of the information I put today. So we were doing an insect investigation. So you can find whatever insect you would like to find, whatever you want to do your investigation on. It could be a butterfly, a ladybug, a bumblebee. It could be a centipede, whatever you can find. So I want you to draw a picture of it. I want you to tell me something about the life cycle of it. So we know butterflies, at first they are what?
Caterpillars.
A caterpillar, and then it goes through a life cycle, and then it goes into a cocoon. And once it comes out of that cocoon, there's a transformation, and then it becomes the beautiful butterfly. So find your insect that you would like to investigate, that you would like to find some fun facts and some information about. And then your parents could upload your information that you found or your picture that you drew of your insect on Remind. Because I want to begin to start posting you guys some things that you're doing so we can spotlight what you're doing. So let's get excited about STEM because we need it in our everyday life. So everything around you, from a table, a TV, a tablet, your parents' coffee cups, all of those things are involved in our everyday life of us using STEM. So there's some type of science or some type of engineering that goes behind everything we use, even the cars that we drive in, the buses that you ride on, even the pen that you're twiddling in your hand. So everything that we use in our everyday life is involving STEM in some type of way. So I want you guys to begin to explore and have fun. And if you have any questions, you guys can, there's also a chat on here. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can write those things in the chat. But make sure to tell your friends to get on the Zoom every Tuesday at 10 a.m. We'll be doing fun STEM projects, and soon we'll be able to get you guys some supplies where we can do STEM experiments together live on Zoom, okay? So remind your friends, tell them to get on with you at 10 a.m. so you guys can do some STEM science projects. And I know a lot of you love slime. Eventually, one day, we will get to doing a STEM slime experiment. But there's gonna be some real thinking behind it. It's not gonna be your normal, get your products, mix it together and play. We're gonna think hard about different ways to make slime fun science STEM experiment. Okay, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that you join us later on for the rest of our Boys and Girls Club on the Go. So we'll have some fun activities and different things that we're doing every day of the week. So make sure that you join us, okay? All right, you guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.